shaded pieces or the pieces of pizza. So how much pizza do you have on each plate? So I have 1/4 of a piece and I have 2/4. All right, so now I'd like to combine them onto one plate. Okay, so I have my one plate there and I'm gonna put them all on that one plate. All right, so I'm gonna use a bigger thing here. There's my pizzas, right? There's these two here, and I'm gonna put this one on this plate. Okay, and this is exactly what adding fractions together is. Now, how much pizza do I have on this one plate? I have 3/4. Okay, so if I'm looking at this, and I start with this original one here, right? I have 1/4 that's shaded. Here, I have 2/4 that are shaded in this circle. So when I'm adding these fractions, okay, I'm just gonna get rid of this circle here. When I'm adding these fractions, right? What is changing? Is the numerator changing or the denominator? The numerator is changing. Now, if we look at the denominator, what does the denominator represent? It represents how many pieces one is cut into. So that isn't going to change. What changes is how many pieces are shaded. And so that's going to be moved around. So let's continue. Now, if I have this fraction here, I have 1, and it's cut. I have 1/5, right? It's cut into 5 pieces, and I have 1 shaded. This one, same thing. I have a denominator of 5, and the top is 2. So if I'm going to add these together, what would this last piece look like? Okay, so I would shade that first one, and then from here, and then I would shade these two here. Okay, so the answer would be 3/5. Again, the numerator is what's changing and the denominator is not. All right, do this one in your head yourself, please. So I have, and pause the video. Okay, welcome back. So I have 1/3 plus 2/3. Okay, I'm gonna take this one and I'm gonna shade it in here. I'm gonna take these two, I'm gonna shade them in here. And so I ended up with 3/3. What is this number? It's a whole, right? So I know that 3/3 is equal to 1. Okay, so now continuing to move along, do we really need to draw the pictures out anymore? Well, you can if you would like to, but I know that my denominators are staying the same, right? So I'm going to put 5 there. It's not going to change. And I have 3 shaded pieces plus 1 shaded piece is 4. So I have 4/5. All right, even if I have to add multiple numbers together, doesn't matter. The piece size is 17ths, and the top part are the shaded pieces and are what going to change, and I'm going to add. And that would be 6/17. Okay, so I have a pizza here. And now, this is the pizza that there is. There's 3/4 of a pizza. And now I am going to take one of those pieces. So I am subtracting, I'm taking away. So I've taken away one of the quarters of pizza that are there. Someone obviously already ate another one. Okay, this is the same thing. The size of the pieces is not changing. How many are there is. So I have 3 minus 1 is 2, and so there's 2/4 left. Okay, so if I was going to do this, without the drawing, I have 7/8, okay? The piece size does not change, so the denominator, but how many there are is, and so I'm going to eat one of those 7, so now there's 6 left. So there's 6/8 left. Same here. I just get you to do this one by yourself and pause. Okay, so the bottom would be 8. The denominator is going to stay the same. And then I know 13 minus 11 is 2, so it's 2/8. All right. So, how many parts are shaded in total on this first one? Right, I have 3/4. And in the second one, right, 2/4. Now, when we're adding fractions that are going to equal more than a whole, we need to regroup the pieces so that they all fit into one piece, right? So what do I do here? I take this piece and I'm going to move it over there, right? Okay, so that's what I did there. And so what is left, okay, is I have one whole piece, and then because they're divided into 4 pieces, right, I have one piece left there. So it's 1 1/4. What I could have done here, though, is just add the numerators, which is 5/4, and then I could change it into a mixed number. Okay, so what I want you to test is, do I need to change these numbers into the same form? So does it need to be a mixed number, or can it be an improper fraction? Or can I just leave it as an improper fraction and a mixed number and have it work out? So what I want you to do is either change the top one into this one into a improper fraction, or if you prefer, you can change this one into a mixed number and add them. And then this one, you're just going to leave it as is, and you're going to add them and see if they both work. So pause the video and see if you can figure this out. Okay, welcome back. So a 2 means there's 2 wholes. So the 2 remains the same. There's nothing here to add to, so I'm not going to add it to anything. Now, I am going to keep this piece sizes the same, and I'm going to add the numerators. So 5 plus 3 is 8. Okay, so I'm going to leave that like that for just a minute. Now, I was going to get you to do that. Never mind, I'll change this one. So I'm going to change this one so that I have mixed numbers. So I know this will be, so 5 divided by 4 is 1, and there's 1/4 left. And now I'm just going to add these. So I have 3, and then I have 4/4. Okay, do these look the same? Not yet. What is 4/4? 4/4 is 1 entire whole, right? So I can get rid of that fraction and add that 1 to the 3, and now I have 4, because 4 divided by 4 is 1, so I'm going to take that and add it here. Now, let's change this one. So I have 8, and I'm going to divide it by 4, which gives me 2, and then I have to add that 2 to this 2, so it's 4. Does it matter if I change them first? No, I can just, if they have the same denominators, I can just add them, but making sure if this had a 2 here, I would add the whole numbers together. All right, what about this one? What would the answer to this one be? it would still be 2/4. What is a 0? So it means I don't have any, right? So if I were to divide 0 by 4, this would be 0. So it means I don't have any. So what if I change this to multiplication? What would the answer be? Exactly, the answer would be 0. But we're not doing that right now. All right, finish off your worksheet and come to the help session if you need it.